USS Harry S. Truman, the attack that failed, and the US retaliation that shook the Red Sea. On April the 14th, the Houthis made a bold and shocking claim. They said they had struck down the $13 billion American aircraft carrier, USS Harry S. Truman, using missiles and drones. If true, it would be the first time a US carrier had been knocked out since World War II. The world took notice. Soon after the Truman did dock in Greece for repairs, its hull was clearly damaged, but it wasn't due to any missile. The truth: a collision. Satellite images and military reports confirmed that the incident occurred on February the 16th near Port Said, Egypt. Just before midnight, the USS Truman accidentally collided with a Turkish cargo ship, the Besiktas M. No explosions, no combat, no injuries, just a maritime mishap. But the Houthis seized the moment to spin a false narrative, claiming a major military victory. Their story spread like wildfire across media outlets. For a brief moment, the world wondered, had America really been hit? But then the facts emerged. Satellite footage released by ESA showed the Truman sailing strong. Photos taken days after the supposed strike revealed no scorch marks, no missile holes, and no evidence of battle damage. General Alex Grinkovich dismissed the Houthi claims, stating that their missiles missed the carrier by over 100 miles, proof not only of failure, but of technological and tactical inferiority. And yet, the Houthis didn't back down. With misinformation failing, they unleashed a barrage of drones and missiles targeting ships across the Red Sea. That's when the US responded with overwhelming force. In March 2025, Operation Rough Rider began. The US Navy deployed two aircraft carriers simultaneously, the USS Truman and the USS Carl Vinson. It was the first dual carrier strike group in the region in years. This wasn't symbolic, it was dominance. Fighters flew constant patrols. Surveillance teams tracked every move. Strike aircraft hit targets around the clock. But the most strategic blows were not against incoming drones. They were against the infrastructure behind them. Fuel depots, smuggling routes, oil stations, drone warehouses, missile bunkers, all targeted, all destroyed. Satellite images showed fuel tanks burning in Ras Issa, a major Houthi energy hub. Convoys along desert roads were obliterated. Intelligence confirmed high-value losses. Drone engineers, missile experts, and senior commanders all eliminated. The results spoke volumes. Ballistic missile launches dropped by 69%. Suicide drone strikes fell by 55%. These weren't estimates, they were battlefield statistics. Still, the cost was real. 3 FA-18 Super Hornets from the Truman were lost, 1 in a misfire, 1 crash landing under enemy fire, and 1 lost during combat maneuvers. At least 1 strike near Ras Issa caused civilian casualties, drawing international criticism. But the mission continued. With support from the UK's Royal Air Force and US B-2 bombers flying from Diego Garcia, the strikes reached deep into Yemen. Even drone factories near Sana'a were hit. Then on May 6th, a ceasefire was brokered by Oman. The Houthis agreed to halt attacks on US vessels, though they continued targeting Israeli-linked assets. Was it a victory? That depends. But one thing was undeniable. Operation Rough Rider proved the US Navy hits hard and decisively. The freedom to sail, trade, and operate in global waters will always be protected, no matter how far the threat may be. Meanwhile, life aboard the Truman told its own story. In mid-April, sailors held a traditional Passover meal on the flight deck in the heart of the Red Sea. No signs of damage, no fear. Just a crew standing strong under open skies. The Houthis said they had disabled the Truman, but they couldn't even stop a dinner. The USS Truman isn't just a warship, it's a floating fortress. With over 70 aircraft, more than 5,000 sailors and advanced defense systems, the Truman was built to withstand modern warfare. From its self-defense system, SDSS, to E-2D radar planes, to the growlers jamming enemy frequencies, the carrier operates like a living, breathing kill chain. Any missile or drone must survive multiple layers of detection, tracking, and destruction. Almost none do. Unlike aging fleets, the Truman runs on nuclear power and doesn't need refueling for years. It launches FA-18s for air superiority and growlers for electronic warfare, making it both a sword and a shield. When America deploys the Truman, it's not just sending a ship, it's sending a message. After the failed Houthi strike, the Truman returned to full readiness just days after the February collision. No major damage, no mission cancelled. Her radar kept spinning. Her flight deck stayed active. Her presence protected the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a vital global shipping route. Had the Houthis succeeded, global trade would have halted. But they didn't. Truman stayed on station, a silent guardian of commerce and peace. Now the Truman is being repositioned, not retired, not replaced, just waiting for the next spark. The ceasefire might hold, or it might not. In modern warfare, peace is often the silence before the next strike. The enemy is still watching, still testing, and the Truman is still ready. On board are 5,000 trained personnel and 70 aircraft. If the USS Truman returns, it won't come quietly. It'll come fast. It'll come armed. And someone somewhere will pay the price. Because America never really leaves. It reloads. That's what Military Cipher wanted to share with you today. If you found this breakdown compelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep delivering sharp, accurate, and powerful military insights. See you in the next video.